Righto, every now and again I get one of these Uniden Bearcat 980 SSB units that I find in my pile. This one was in a box that I happen to see in my mess, and every time I get one of these I learn a little bit more about what they do, how they do it, and just the functionality, I suppose, is pretty much what I'm talking about. And they do have a lot of different functions that I'm still learning. I never seem to be in front of one for long enough to really do much. At the moment I'm just generating a signal. I've actually gone over to the IFR 500 today, so there's no signal there. Now I'm going to put through 0.5 of a microvolt, which is designated right there, and yeah, we're hearing that fine. And when I take it down to 0.2 of a microvolt, still hearing it. Sort of a 0.1 and under, definitely losing it there, which is understandable. That's minus 125 dBm. But at 0.5, really nice. Okay, definitely had enough of that. Enough to show that, yes, that's sequentially going up as it should, and definitely, excuse me, as I was starting its range, I was moving up from 5 microvolts up to about 50 microvolts, and then went a bit past that. Got a bit noisy. Now these things on transmit. I'm on PEP at the moment on the IFR 500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, 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 hello. That's about 12 watts PEP. It doesn't get any more 12 watts PEP than that. Actually, this is obviously one that hasn't been played with in any way. They can do more, but quite seriously. And AM, let's have a look at what we're looking at there. Hello, 1, 2. Obviously, it's going to swing on the PEP, but 3.5 watts or so on the carrier, which is probably just a tad under, obviously 4 watts normally. But look, this is just a ACMA compliant Uniden 980 SSB, and just to explain that, a lot of the radios that were set up that were bought out here in Australia were bought out just a little under power, just a tad, just to make sure that they met compliance, and this is right on the nut. It's fine. And let's just see if it hears anything, and I mean with an antenna. Okay, so we just popped it onto an antenna just to sort of have a bit of a look, and like my normal timing, somebody just boomed through and I didn't get to the record button fast enough. And there you go. JDW229 just testing a Bearcat 980 SSB. Anybody hear us at all, please?
Hey, that's the way Chase it up. Was it Mount Gambier, was it?
JDW229 Tangambalanga, Northeast Victoria. Don't know if he's... No, he's hearing someone else.
Tango 22. You're coming through power station, mate. Power middle.
He's certainly coming through, all right, isn't he? It's sounding good. Now, what are we on? We're on SRF, yes, okay. Calibrate, SWR. Yep, no, it's all right. Just having a bit of a play here.
Yeah, Roger, mate. I used to live in Victoria. I was in the Navy down there, Cerberus, a few years ago, and been Frankston, Geelong, all around the joint.
Certainly coming through quite strong there. Now I'm just going to hit the RF gain to find out what that does. Okay, so that's more of a... Okay, so this is more of an attenuator, really. RX local and RX. As I say, I keep learning about these. Just turn that down a bit. Every time I turn one of these on, I learn something else. Actually, I was just having a play before with the mic gain on and having a look at just how that works in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's set at 3, but you can basically set that through to 4, etc. Oops, sorry about that. I set it up at 3, and that seemed to be fine. your talkback there with 229 testing, and basically you can turn your talkback up. So you got to do. Sorry, I need two hands for this. So you can turn that up so you can listen to your own signal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. And geez, I'll tell you what, they're getting busier and busier on there. The only thing I'd complain about their standard setup is that I think their digital meter's a bit slow on these things. And I mean from the perspective that I'm sort of hearing a signal which in my head sounds, S7 to S9, and I can see it going S5, S6. Then I think that meter, they run a bit slow. It's certainly active enough on there, but I'll have a little look at that after just to see. We may just adjust that meter up just a bit for the heck of it. Digital meters do tend to be a little bit, I'm a huge analog fan, but that's always the way. But obviously the weather function here in Australia we don't use. It's the US 162 satellite system, so not much good for us over here. And there's a million other functions. I'm just trying to remember some of the things. Last time I had one of these set up, I remember there was everything from changing colours of the screens, and just give me a sec, I've got to remember this. That's coming back to me slowly. I had to have a little play for a quick second. So day, night, colour of the screen, which you could just go in and look at the day, night. Okay, go back over to colour. Now to get into that, no, I don't remember how to do this now. Geez, I tell you what, it's been a while. Geez, I'm managing to do that okay. So now what I've got to do is get out of that. Colours. Geez, I don't know what colour I like. They've got quite a few different colours, haven't they? Yeah, I think I like that green actually, that'll do. Now, to get out of that, and then I think to get out of that... Oh, no, I'm remembering now. You've got to then go to exit. It's all coming back to me. Exit, righto. Okay, so there you go. We've just gone over to green. So quite a few functions on the 980 SSB. I know a mate of mine was, and I'm not sure whether this one does it or not, he was asking about the beep. That's right. I don't know. I'm just having a quick look here. This may answer his question when he has a bit of a look. What's diagnostics? Volts, RF out. Okay, alright. No, got myself in trouble there. Exit. I think what he's talking about is the beep that we're listening to as we're, like if we change channels, whether or not that's able to be turned off. Just going to have a quick play. He's got a really good point. So I'm just in the diagnostics having a play for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it says I passed. 1, 2, hello. All right, now I was just trying to call Wayne 373, but and I know we were trying to get the beep off. I got sidetracked with Wayne trying to. RF out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pass. Yep. Okay, we're going to get back to the beep question. I don't know, to be honest. Exit out of there. 373, Wayne. Oh, I got the talk back on. That's clever. 373 229. Oh, to turn the talk back off, I need two hands. Okay, sorry, two hands needed for a second there. Now, make a note in the notes file if you know the answer to this. I have a feeling there's two versions of the 980, and I have a feeling that they that last little bit where I was going through the diagnostics, etc., that they hide a little beep on, beep off in there, but I would have to actually read a manual to find that out for sure. That'd be too hard. But yeah, I have a feeling that's where they'd put it. They'd switch it into here somewhere. Just trying to think what the continuous was. Hang on. No, not sure. I don't want to appear to be too stupid here because I'm doing a good job of that. But I think we'll leave that one for a second as far as someone may be able to comment on that as to how the beep is turned off or turned on, and whether it can be turned off and turned on on various versions, which that I think just something makes me believe that Rob Marshall, mate of mine, I remember seeing a comment from him, and that could well be the fact. Some versions did, some versions didn't. I just heard me mate Wayne 373. There he is. He's in there. Okay, so 373 in the mobile. Good on you. Okay, so because I got bored, and the beep is actually that annoying that I just thought, you know what, I don't know whether this radio will stay here or what will happen with it. It's, you know, it's like new, but that doesn't matter. I could not live with this bleep sound, even if this was under warranty. I just could not care. Anyway. So what did we do? Let's get my little pointer. I've left it half in so that you can see, so you really get a good sort of vision. I didn't want to pull it out. Hang on, lights, action, righto, and I can pull it out very easily. Here is Q. Oh, let's get this down a bit. That's better. Now, where's my little pointer? Okay, yeah, that's better. Right, here is Q217 here. Okay, now see this little surface mount fellow? It's actually just below the 1 of Q217. It's a little resistor that goes across this point here, and basically whip that resistor out, and that beeping noise goes away. If you wanted, you could, you know, program it in and have it so it turns on and off and do lots of things, I'm sure, if you could rewrite Uniden's firmware, which is what they did on the later versions. They made the noise blanker switch hold for 1 second. The beep drove me mental. I thought, you know what, I'm going to turn this video into how to remove the bleep off your Uniden 980 SSB, or SSB 980, what are they called again? 980 SSB. Alright, so now I've lost my spot, haven't I? Okay, alright, so let's just go back into where we were. Right, just in there. Okay, so basically all I've done is I've just nicked the resistor. I think it's a 100 ohm resistor or something from memory, and I've just nicked one end of it up for the moment. Generally I take them out just so they don't fall out and end up being a problem, if you ever need to get them back in, sure, good luck. They look, you know, can be done, but I'm just finding with my eyesight, you know, as you can see, they're small, these little fellas, of course. Anyway, so that's how you get rid of the bleep. So when you change channels, etc., no more bleeping noises, etc. Personally, I think Rob's right. It's a stupid bloody idea they came out with, but anyway. So while we've got it out, let's just have a look at a couple of things. Okay, this is not a please do this to your radio, but we will go through a couple of areas. So down here is your ALC adjustment. Now, for the sake of legalities here in Australia, I'm not actually going to show you too much. I'm on dummy load at the moment, and what I want to do is just say, well, hello, 1, 2, hello. Okay, so that ALC adjustment, well, a very simple adjustment, can, if you're under 12 watts, let me be very, very clear about this. Let's just turn that back down. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. See how that changes? That drive level changes. And with the touch of a screwdriver, 1, 2, hello. Yeah, okay, so as I said, I'm not here to teach people how to make CB radios do more than their legal power. So we'll set that back to 12 watts. But if you've got a radio that is running, you know, 5 to 7 watts, there's a very good chance your ALC over here is being tweaked backwards. Someone's had a play, got lost where they were, and that ALC control will be a lot to do with it. Okay, some things not to touch. Just let's go through a couple of things. Now, the carrier balance is really suppression, basically. It's actually carrier suppression, so basically between your sidebands. So if you play with this, you have nothing to gain and everything to lose, unless you've already got a constant carrier on one of your sidebands. So RT208, leave it alone, absolutely. Likewise down here, and these things are so small, I'm just trying to get the light right. Oh God, seriously. Same here, you know, there's here's your crystal and your TX frequency. Unless it's out, don't touch it. But yes, if it's out slightly, you can come over and give that a slight tweak. I won't get into some of the frequency setups. If you haven't got a service manual, then don't touch anything to do with frequency, because you may find yourself in a bit of a position where you think, oh my God, what's happened, and don't blame Brenton. But certainly the rest through here, they actually label just about everything through here. So you've got AM squelch, sideband squelch. Generally, you won't have to touch any of these. There's no need. Sorry, I'm just having a look at this. The TXMT, actually, I'm not sure whether that's frequency related. I reckon it might be, but TXMT, I'm having a bit of a mental blank. AMC, certainly you can have a look at your percentage modulation and peak that if you need to. You'll find generally you will get a little bit more of a burst out of it for sure. That's all very nice. The one that we found before that was actually down a little bit is actually down over here. So let's just show you the AM power right now, which would mean go to AM, wouldn't it? That would help. Yeah, that helps a lot. Oh, geez, I tell you. So we said 3.5 watts. All right, so I'm going to do a slight adjustment. Since I'm not exactly two hands at the moment, I should have grabbed my stand, but we'll just adjust that. Okay, so what we've done, instead of being 3.5 watts, we've put it quite legally right on 4 watts, and now we've got a radio that, you know, look, it was just half a watt under, no big deal. Not much else to show you in here. I mean, don't touch anything. Well, it doesn't matter whether you touch here. This is all to do with the VHF side of things, and calibrating your weather frequencies. So as you can imagine, you don't really have anything to gain there. So if your AM power is slightly down, we're just down over here. Oops, sorry. Just down over here, and that there, just a slight adjustment. Don't use anything bigger than what I'm using here. That's a perfect fit. You can get these out of Wes, and they're like $3, and they just fit perfectly on these. They're not actually meant for it. There is another tool that we can use. Actually, I've got to be honest. I actually normally use a tool which is very similar to these ones in here, as you can see, and I've got the right size fitting tools that fit those. I just happened to grab my my old TV adjustment tool, which is what this is. It's radio TV service days, and it happens to fit, you know, perfectly. So pretty much, generally, you know, the only thing you're going to need to do, please leave this area alone over here. Don't touch it. Honestly, nothing to be gained, everything to lose. Even this fella here, leave it alone. You'll find half the time when you're into these sort of areas, right through the back here, you're generally just going to cause issues that really make these things, make my spectrum analyzer go crazy. And you'll find that, you know, you won't gain anything. You'll just actually start putting frequencies, like you'll just transmit on frequencies all over the band. There'll be, you know, little spikes everywhere that you don't need. So generally from the factory, they're set up really well there. This is not a peak power radio. Don't, you know, look, 15 watts, you know, if I was to be very honest, you know, like I was just showing you before on dummy load here, and I've got to be very specific about that for quite a reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so, you know, at the moment I've got that set at 15 watts transmit. Legally, I know it sounds crazy, guys, but at the moment, you know, we will turn this back to 12 watts before the end of the video, because of the fact that that's the law. Okay, and just to give you an example of that, that's just by that little ALC setting that we were telling you before. You can set these to 12 watts perfectly, just with that little setting right down there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hello, hello, hello. As you can see, 12 watts. So, you know, look, I know this could be argued that I'm showing you how to get 3 more watts out of one of these radios. The real intention was to show you how to get rid of this bloody beep over here, somewhere, over there, right down there. So yeah, but I just thought while we're inside this radio, let's just have a quick look at a few bits and pieces and what they do. Please don't play. Look, I had a quick look at the receiver. There was one other thing I was going to do, to be fair. Hang on. Okay, I'm a little bit happier with that. Look, I was just finding that the S meter was just reading a little bit. What I've done, I've gone over to my normal 50 microvolts, and so minus 73 dBm. Let me turn that down. And it was reading a bit low. You'll find this from factory sometimes. And I was and we'll find when we go back to antenna, I bet you that all of a sudden things look like they're just, you know, percolating a little better. Now, the reason I went back to my old Motorola is I've set up hundreds and hundreds of radios off that, and I haven't off this one. Doesn't mean this one's any less perfect, but you go with what you know. And I know when I do S9 at 50 microvolts on one of the on my Motorola, yeah, it is perfect. Anyway, let's have a look. 177 229. Here you go, mate. Can you go channel 36 for a minute? 36. 36. Hey mate, just doing a video on a Uniden 980 SSB, mate. How you going?
Yeah, 229177.
Yeah, g'day mate. I probably won't be very strong to you. I'm just on the small antenna, only 12 watts of power, but that's okay. Just running the Uniden 980 SSB, mate. I took the beep mod out of it. I modified the beep out of it more so, and just having a bit of a look at how it's percolating on air, and it's all looking pretty good. Back to you, mate.
Oh, yeah, I can hear it okay. You're right, it's not very strong, but that's probably because you're on the power down, but it's getting through here, there's no problem about that. I'm not too sure exactly what you're on, but we are hearing it, over.
Well, you're going to hear yourself on the video, so it was supposed to be a quick look at a 980, then the beep drove me mental, and I thought, oh, that's going to drive me mental. Then I got inside and I thought, well, it's down on AM power just a little bit. I wanted to show people just, you know, how they operate and how you regulate different areas of it and what not to touch and what to touch, and somehow it turned into a 20-minute video. Just hang on, mate, I'll just finish this video. I'll be right back with you in 2 seconds.
Okay, Blake, no problem. I'm on a straight stick, so that's all right.
I was going to say, his beam, I can't hear him half the time. Oh, hang on. Oh, did you say 231, sir? Yeah, okay, mate. You'll see yourself on the video as well. I just thought I'll grab a bit of footage of you transmitting as well, mate. Go ahead. Yeah, Roger, mate. Roger. Actually, it's funny. I've got you guys set up. Oh, no, it's the antenna. No, it's all right. It's all right. Don't worry about it. I'm just thinking about a couple of factors. I won't even go into it on here. Anyway, no problems. No, it's definitely the antenna. Okay, back in a tick, guys. All right. Okay, let me turn that down for a minute. And there is a couple of factors which I know exactly what those two are up to and what I'm up to. But anyway, that's all good. There will be a slight bit of difference in signal strength. I'm running quite a small antenna down low at the moment. These guys are way up in the sky, so and that's good. It's but if you can imagine, just by popping that signal strength up, that receive up a little bit, which by the way is RT401 just here, so you can adjust that RT401 for your SSB signal strength. Forgot to mention that before. Okay, so this is the Uniden 980 SSB. I'm sorry, this sort of turned into a high look at the 980. Then it turned into, I can't remember how to use it. Then I remembered that they said, Rob's right, there's two versions. Then we turned this video into a how to get rid of the bloody bleep noise, which was over here, and I must remember to pull that out completely. Q127 is here, over to the side. It's the little resistor right just below the one, just below it. I mean just. So be very, very careful. Surface mount can be a pain. Very, very low wattage irons, controlled systems, etc. like we're running over here to do that. And that's only because I'm just nicking it out. You know what, the truth is I shouldn't even be saying that to you. How I'm doing it is not how you should do it. You should have, you know, proper surface mount tools with tweezers, but okay, not everybody's going to have those. 73s to you. Sorry, this video. Oh, sorry, what did I also go into? The last thing was we went into a little bit to do with the ALC. Leave the frequency, leave the carrier balance alone, leave a lot of things alone. You really just may need to pick up your AM power, your ALC over here, and basically your meter adjustment RT401 if you find that's a little bit too low. Now, I haven't done enough of these to tell you how many of them are going to come in higher, lower, or what, but it's been fun just to have a quick look. 73s to you. I'm going to keep this under 25 minutes. 73s from VK3, Charlie Mike, JDW229, and please subscribe and hit the like button, all that stuff. Cheers all.